Hey guys, Deathslider Magic here with a very overdue but also very overlooked on the internet set of spoilers for the upcoming Dungeons & Dragons set in MTG. So these couple cards were spoiled by the Dungeons & Dragons channel on YouTube, and that's it. So if you still haven't seen these, well, here they are. So let's start with Brunor Battlehammer. That's one of the characters I'm actually not personally very familiar with. So this is, I guess what you would call a showcase frame. They're doing like an old paper kind of papyrus looking thing. That's Egyptian. I'll say vellum. I don't know what they're going for, but old yellowed paper. That's one of my favorite looks of all time. So I don't care if it's 8th century vellum or 14th century, like, I don't know, India paper. Is that what they used back then for like Bibles? Or 17th century wanted posters. If it's kind of yellow and looks old and thick, that's my jam. That's my aesthetic. So I absolutely love these, and I love the tie-ins to fantasy because it's in every respectable RPG as like the background art for really any note or anything. Heck, on my gaming channel, have you seen 75% of the thumbnails? So anyway, the way that the artwork is drawn and the way that the borders are, and like the kind of open design, that's very like old school D&D books. I mean, even modern ones do it kind of that way, but especially back in the day. So that's what they're obviously going for, and I love it. So as a creature, this is a red-white dwarf warrior, because we need more red-white warriors in the game, obviously, and it's 5/3, and each creature you control gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it, so they're really doubling down on that whole dwarf warrior or warrior equipment thing. People just do Night Rush. But I have seen some dwarf decks and some warrior decks separately that are pretty horrific, so yeah. And then you may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate each turn, so you know some of those equipment that equip for like 7 or 10? Yeah. I guess like you and me know that, but Wizards doesn't know that that's a thing. So, alright, we'll see how that goes in other formats. So next up, we've got Drisden, which I always thought was Du Erden because that's how it would be in French. Clearly he looks extremely French. So he is a 5-cost 3/3 Elf Ranger, a legendary creature, of course. He is green-white, which I know is going to spark World War II down in the comment section if that's his correct mana alignment. But yeah, he has double strike because, you know, of course, 2 swords and extremely adept swordsman. I mean, obviously. And when he enters battlefield, create... Oh, what the hell does it say? Guind Huayvar? Okay. A legendary 4/1 green cat creature token with trample. Awesome. You know, 4/1 or even a 6/1, for example, with trample. Very fun. And whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drisden's power, put a number of 1/1 counters on Drisd equal to the difference. The difference! I mean, it's not impossible to sack it on purpose in green. Let me just throw that out there. I mean, besides just colorless stuff, we're talking literally green cards. Man, that's insane with his double strike ability. Oh my gosh. And the best thing is, I don't think he's an automatic slot in for Elf Tribal because he uses white. Elf Tribal in any format doesn't need help. So the final card is LOLF, the Spider Queen. Ooh, I hate her. I know in Neverwinter we fought a giant version of her and a giant Tiamat, and that was some like God of War level scale bosses. I mean, I really never played an RPG that had a boss like that big, believe it or not. But yeah, I remember pissing off Lolth. I mean, she was like 1,000 times the size of us, but I remember that one too. So shout out to anybody who played that. But yeah, it's a 4-cost for 5, or 4 loyalty for 5 mana. Mono black, because what else would she be? And whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lolth. Holy crap, you could have at least said non-token. That is insane. So because she's going to spend her entire time above 8, let's just skip to 8. So -8 you get an emblem with. Whenever one or more opponents is dealt, or whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control, if that player lost less than 8 life this turn, they lose life equal to the difference. So no matter what they get hit for, they get hit for 8, and that's an emblem. If more than 8 happens, it's irrelevant. So I mean, okay, I mean in a token swarm, spider swarm, zombie swarm, yeah, this would be very decent. Especially since you'd keep sacking them. So Aristocrats deck, even a current Pest deck, oh my gosh. You'd have to be crazy not to put her in a Pest deck. So I think we'll see that 1 or 2 in there for sure. Okay, so her 0 is you draw a card and lose 1 life. So, okay. Then -3, create 2/1 black spider creature tokens with Menace and Reach. Very nice. Menace and Reach, I mean, well, Menace take that off, but Reach, that is a suicidal spider right there. and you want the death triggers. So, I mean, yeah, it all just flows. I mean, it's pretty good, and it's an appropriate loyalty, starting at least, and appropriate mana cost for the power. I still think the ability to get that emblem, like, the same turn she came out is a gigantic oversight, but you'd be getting rid of bodyguard, so it's not an automatic, but, I mean, if you can activate the emblem, does it matter? At least she can't really grow naturally. That's you might have noticed that. There's a 0 and a -3. There's no plus at all. And if both of the spiders get killed, she's only going up 2, and you you burned 3 loyalty to get to him. So you're gonna have to work, but not really. Like, it'll either be really hard or really easy to get her way past 4. I mean, I think most people in standard, they'll just drop her in and then just board wipe. User with amplified death triggers, I mean, you are good. So yeah, this looks pretty spicy. So that's it for the spoilers for now for D&D Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. I think the rest of the spoilers this week are going to be exclusively for Modern Horizons 2, but we'll see. I don't remember seeing an official like calendar or whatever for the D&D set, but pretty sure MH2 is coming up first. Can't wait to see how degenerate they get with it. Oh, it's going to be exciting. So I think we weren't supposed to see more until the 29th, so naturally they released 12 more spoilers on the 20th. I don't get it either. But yeah, eventually we're going to see more spoilers, so hit subscribe if you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.